When we decide to start healing, whether that's going to therapy, setting boundaries, or just trying to slow down, we usually have a hidden agenda. We think healing is going to be an upgrade. We think if I heal my anxiety, I'll feel super productive, calm, perfect, creative, everything I've wanted to be. So, when we actually start the work and we suddenly feel less capable, less productive, more messy than before, we panic. We think, I must be doing this wrong. But you aren't. Today, I want to talk to you about why real healing almost always feels like a failure in the beginning and why that feeling is actually proof that it's working. Number one, the core mechanism, losing your fuel. Here is the hard truth. For most of your life, you have likely been fueled by high functioning anxiety, perfectionism, people pleasing, and the need to prove yourself. These are incredibly high octane fuels. They get a lot of work done, they make you successful on the outside, but burn dirty. They destroy your proverbial engine. When you start healing, you stop using the dirty fuel. You stop motivating yourself with shame. You stop saying yes out of fear. But here's the scary part. You've built a new engine in this gap of anxiety that drove you, but you haven't learned to move from a place of rest and trust. So naturally, you have to slow down. To a high achiever, slowing down feels like failing, but it's not. It's just refueling. The identity crisis. Who am I if I'm not good? There's a concept in therapy called the collapse of the false self. The collapse of the false self is the version of you that you built to survive. She's the one who's always helpful, always on time, always reliable, never messy. She kept you safe. Healing requires that version of you to retire. When she retires, things start slipping through the cracks. You might miss a deadline. You might disappoint a friend. You might leave dishes in the sink. This feels like failure because you're breaking the rules that kept you safe for decades. But you have to break these rules to find out who you are underneath all of the performance. So here's a renovation concept called the house. Imagine you're renovating a house. To build the dream kitchen, you first have to demo the old one. If someone walked in during the demo phase, they would look around at the dust and the holes in the wall and say, wow, you ruined your house. It was perfectly functional before. This is where you were or where you are. You are in the demolition phase. It looks like a mess. It looks like you've ruined the functional version of yourself, but you cannot build new structures without the mess. The rubble isn't a sign of failure, it's a sign of construction. So here's your permission to be, quote, worse. If you feel like you're failing today, if you feel less productive, more emotional, and worse at being an adult than you were a year ago, well, celebrate that. It means you're finally safe enough to fall apart. And falling apart is the first step to coming together in a way that actually feels real.